What's going on out there? It is I, Jay Sims the Lion, welcoming you to another episode of the Book of Man Book Study 48 Laws of Power. We getting deep, so wherever you are, whatever your backyard, your front yard, the side of the house, the back house, the outhouse, wherever you at right now, come holler at me. Jump on, learn something, get with me. It is Thursday night. You know what time it is. Doc, what's going on, big brother?
Man, what's happening, man? Well, we everywhere. We in the outhouse, in the front house, in the shotgun house. Don't matter where it is.
It don't matter where you at. We there. We live. It's the World Wide Web. www. Don't even say that no more.
All you need is some internet.
Internet. That's all you need. A little connect, little Wi-Fi. Where your Wi-Fi at? Your cell phone service. I know you got 5G out here. It's everywhere now.
Hey, we 5G all day long.
All
Straight
day,
G.
5G, your Wi-Fi. I don't care if you still hardlining. Get with us. You still AOL dial-up. Get with us. All the background noise. I don't care what you're doing.
Hey, there's something. Let's get it.
I read something the other day. You know AOL still got like 20 million subscribers.
Hey, boy, they just getting all that free money.
Free money. People ain't never canceled it. They never cancel their account.
And they still drawing out them $4.99 a month. They don't even notice it.
They don't even notice it. The boy that thing 20, that thing ain't been no good for 20 years.
Boy.
They still got 20 million subscribers.
Boy, look at here. They need to check their AOL email.
That thing ain't been good since the Ethernet cable came out.
Boy, I tell you.
It is what it is, man.
Okay.
I blame the son or the daughter. You should have been checked on your mama.
Hey.
That's the son or the daughter fault. You should have been checked on your mama.
I'm gonna say that's gonna have to be the son's fault on that one. Because the girls come and take care of you. The boys send you money. So if you notice you were sending a little too much money, something ain't right.
That's what it was. You should have known something. You should have fixed that. What's going on? Should have went and checked that account.
Yes, sir.
Still paying for AOL out here. You're wrong. Oh man, what's going on, Doc? What we doing today, Doc?
Oh man, you know what? Before we get into that, man, quick housekeeping. Fellas, if y'all out there, if you want to come on and chop it up with us, the link is in the description. All you gotta do is click it. You rolling right up here. You don't need nothing special. You can use your phone and you here. Saturdays, we are on. We are back. We had a lot of stuff going on, an action-packed couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
I'm happy because my daughter graduated. Yeah. I'm happy because, this surgery we've been waiting for my wife, she got fixed up, went down to the Mayo Clinic and got it taken care of. So yes, I'm thankful, man. I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good, though.
That's all that matters. Good, y'all. You right on time, right time of the year. You could be home, make sure she's straight. I like it. I'm glad glad she over it, had that done. I wish her the best.
Yes, sir. All right, man. This is what we got. Right here, 48 Laws of Power today. As usual, we on law number 30. We almost there.
We almost do it.
By the end of the summer, we going to be done.
Yes, sir.
Probably
48 Laws of Power, Law 30. We're about 2/3 good through the book, something like that.
That's right.
And we just rolling along, man. And this is an interesting one. After going through the chapter, looked at myself as I often do, and realized I have used this one to my benefit, and most assuredly to my detriment. Because
I'm guilty of this stuff now. Wait till I tell y'all what I'm guilty of.
I swear, when you start reading this book, man, you realize the things you've done right in the past and the things you've done terribly, terribly wrong.
That's right. And how you could have did it different, how you could have not fell into that.
Yep.
Definitely.
48 Laws of Power that make your accomplishments seem effortless.
Yeah.
For a lot of my warehouse and some of my general labor brethren, this is a hard one. Because a lot of times on those types of jobs, they want to see you work. They don't feel like they don't feel like you're earning your money unless you're sweating.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing a job that's considered a physical job or a labor-intensive job. They feel like if you ain't working super hard, they don't see you going back and forth 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You not working. And I've seen guys pull the wool over their eyes by working, looking like they working, but never really doing
They
nothing. They ain't working. And I've seen a lot of guys lose their job, including myself, from not looking like I'm working that hard.
Yeah. You know what though? It's harder to pretend like you working versus doing the work. It's harder to pretend
in my opinion.
I'm telling you. But on this one, you know, I came at it from a different perspective.
Okay.
And it's what I wrote in my notes over here: be humble and focus on the result, not the process. And for that, oh, yep. See, brother-in-law said too.
It happens, man. People just want to see you work.
Too. It happened to me too. You can't make stuff look too easy.
People just want to see you sweat sometimes. They don't care what you're getting done. They just want to see you sweat.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, but you know what? And this is a big problem today. And here is why. When everybody went virtual, like in the white collar world, and they start working from home, now the managers got problems because they want them to come back to the office, right? So they can watch them.
Yeah, but the work is still getting done at the same rate. So why you need to watch me? Now a lot of it's about money spent. They done spent money for these buildings. They got leases for 5 years, 7 years, so they want somebody in the building.
That's it.
You gonna mess up the environment. First of all, as a person that has to go to work, I need all y'all to stay home. Anybody that can stay home, stay home. I don't want you on the highway anyway.
Stay. Hey, man,
and
I'm telling you.
I'm speaking for myself, all the nurses, all the policemen, all the retail workers, all my warehouse brethren, anybody, all my construction workers, anybody that has to go to the site to do their job. We talking to all y'all stay home. Please fight for y'all to stay at home. We loved it when y'all was staying home and we was on the highway and it was clear, especially up in Atlanta. I miss it. I miss it. I wish all of y'all the best of luck. Please go fight for it. I'll stand out there and fight with y'all. Where we protesting at?
Okay.
Send me a message, email me, catch me on Booker Man. Let me know where the protest going down so y'all can stay home. That's just my personal thing.
Hey, okay, we're going to go ahead and do the change.org petition.
Please change that. Do that. Let me know where to sign. Stay home.
Look, so up here, hardest working man in IT said, after I was gone, they saw how much I did. He is the hardest working man in IT. I know him personally, and that is the truth. Now, so we'll jump to this one. And hard working man in IT say that I tell everybody to come back to the office because if you do it too well from home, the company gonna say it can be done from India.
But
hey, for him, tech support. You know what? You know that going under the reversal column down there.
Right there, yeah. That's definitely a reversal right there.
And right here, you know, Paul, the Bitcoin genius right there. He posted something in the group. If y'all get a chance, y'all in the Savannah area, go ahead and drop by, listen to what Paul got to say about this cryptocurrency and finances in our community. Definitely a wellspring of knowledge. But he said the goal should be the focus, not the journey. And you're right. And when we get to that part, I'm gonna tell y'all how I did that. Yeah.
Should be being the operative word. We lose a lot. We can't get to that should sometimes.
No, you know why? I was gonna save this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Okay.
Ego. We have egos, and we have to feed them. Everybody got it. I got it. I got it. Cause you know what I want? I want to work hard on something, and I want people to say, "Whoo, that's brilliant." And you worked hard on that too? Yeah, I worked hard on it. I had to jump through 50 million hoops to get it.
And see, that's when you and I differ. I want to work hard on something, have it turn and make the kind of money I make. And when folks say, man, how hard was that? Simple as pie, baby.
Look.
You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to let them know it ain't took me nothing. You got to work that hard. I ain't got to work that hard.
Man.
Regardless of how hard I work.
Let me tell you what happened to me. Recently, so end of the school year come around. And so what they did at the school, they had this prize patrol thing. So they went by and had some other person had a little iPad and they were filming people and they asked them various questions, crazy questions. And they had to pick out these bags for prizes. they bring the stuff to me to say, Doc, we need you to go ahead and try to, make this a little slideshow, a little video for us. Bro, it was 45 minutes worth of footage, 45 minutes with bad audio. And I edited that thing all the way down to a 5-minute clip. I wanted them to know how hard I worked on that, how much talent and time it took to whittle this 45 minutes and
Did you
cut
put yourself
all
in
the
the credits?
out.
Did you give yourself some credit?
Yeah, I did. But
no,
see,
I'm saying in the video, did you put on there edited by?
Oh, no, I ain't put that up there. But
Oh, you should have been in the corner. You should have put it in the corner, edited by Doc.
Hey, but you know what happens though when you do stuff like that? Then they ask you to keep doing it.
Oh yeah, that's when you say, well, for a small nominal fee.
Oh no, I just do that for some time off. My homeboy, the principal, so I got to go ahead and hook him up.
Well, see, that's the difference. When you spending somebody else's money, that's when you supposed to get your homeboy paid. He ain't spending his money; he's spending the school money. Hey. He's supposed to get you paid. Now, that's one thing about the current general manager of the building I work at right now. Listen, when I tell you, everybody that come up there and do outside work is his people. Every single person that come up there and do some outside work is his people. And people come to me and say, man, he always hiring them to do his work. I say, wow, if I ran the business, I can tell you right now, when I run my business, every single person I hire, or if I become the general manager of a warehouse, every person I hire to do some work gonna be us.
Hey,
the problem is not them hiring them. The problem is ain't enough of us hiring us.
That's true. That's true. That is true, man. That happens.
But so I feel like that's the principal, and that's your homeboy. Every time they need a job done like that, he should be cutting you a check.
Nope, he ain't gotta, because you know why? A few different reasons. Number one, man, I known this cat since I was 15. If it wasn't for him, it would be no Doc. I'm serious. Like nothing. If he had asked me to go run to the moon right quick, hey, I'd say when we going. He ain't no question. But but also, man, when I need time off, I need stuff to be done, like taking my wife to the doctor and stuff like that, I ain't got to use none of my sick time.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
So, but anyway, man, but look at this thing here, man. I'm going to throw this up here. Look, this is, y'all know I read this thing on a PDF, and I always highlight stuff that stick out. Now, this is the judgment. Let me make that bigger so everybody can see it.
Yes, sir. There you go.
Your actions must seem natural and executed with ease. All the toil and practice that go into them, and also all the clever tricks must be concealed. See, that's where I mess up at. When you act effortlessly as if you could do much more. Avoid the temptation of revealing how hard you work. It only raises questions. Teach no one your tricks, or they will be used against you. See, that's where I messed up. Revealing how hard I work, because I want credit. I'm bad with that. I am. I'm working on that though.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell my story on how I applied this effectively. So I used to work at, anybody who know me know I used to work at Dollar Tree years ago. So I was good. I was good at what I did. I did the inventory. I unloaded trucks by hand not by hand. I unloaded trucks with the clamp and the slip sheet.
Y'all already had a slip sheet.
Yeah, the clamp and the slip sheet. I was a master. One of the top 100 in the world. Please believe that. So I did that. And I was busting the numbers down 150%, 175% every week. And I knew that. So one day I'm over here, I'm talking, I'm hollering at this young lady, just chatting her up or whatever. And the head of the building at the time walks up on me. It's like, I see you standing here talking. I don't see no work getting done. I looked him dead in his eye and I said, yo, go check my numbers. And that's all I said. Because I knew what my numbers said. I know what my numbers are talking about. Guy comes back 30, 45 minutes later, looks me in my face and says, as you were. Basically saying, I ain't nothing to say. You got the number. I asked you to get these numbers. You killing these numbers. Do your thing, man. Just keep giving me the good numbers. Now, that was me using it successfully.
Right.
I made it look. He wondered how I'm standing here not working. I made it look easy. It looked too easy for me to have the kind of numbers I had. But this was a master that didn't care about nothing but the bottom line. So long as I was giving him 150, 175%, he didn't care what I did with my time, as long as he got his numbers.
Right.
Same job. Another manager. Walk up on me. What you doing? Man, check my numbers. I'm trying the same game. Work one time and try it again. That man said, I don't care what your numbers look like. You need to be working. 3 months later, my man got me up out of there.
Yep.
Because he didn't care about my numbers. He just got mad. He was mad that I was doing too much chilling on his clock, even though I was the number one.
Look, for me, I mean, I probably wouldn't say nothing, but I know what he's thinking. You know, one, he chilling on the clock. So that means he can do more. He ain't even working at his full potential. Number two, well, why I got to pay him? I ain't paying him to sit around. So how about this? He do his numbers and he can go on to the house. And then
I would have took that deal. He would have offered me that. Matter of fact, I had a manager offer me that deal, and I was on that deal. Matter of fact, the day the manager that called me and said, what you doing talking to, I wasn't even on a regular work day. I came in extra to get overtime. I was on a whole nother shift. I came in to get overtime, which is why I was like, I ain't care. Send me home. It's overtime, bro. I had a manager make that deal. He was like, man, if you give me 150%, you can go home when you're done. And I'll pay you for the whole 8 hours.
Oh, bet.
Oh, I was killing him. I was giving him 150% of a day's work in 5.5 to 6 hours. By the time everybody else came back from lunch, I was on my way home. Oh, people was mad at me. They didn't know how I could pull that off. Not my problem, homie.
Yeah, and they got to figure out how. And see, and that's the thing. That's what the book's saying, though. I mean, you could do that.
Yeah.
But you can't be telling that, I think it's keeping your pride in check, keeping your ego in check.
Yeah. And you know what? My pride and my ego is what got me to lose the job. Because I probably could have went to my man and said to him, hey, I know you might see me chilling sometimes, but if you look at my numbers, you see I'm getting my work done. If you catch me in a 5 minute when I'm sitting and chilling or whatever, it's because I'm just re-energizing myself or gathering myself to go back hard at it. And he probably would have been like, oh, okay, as long as you give me the number. But because I hit him with the check my numbers, like I was the I treat him like he's a little dude. He's like, oh no,
number one.
Outshine the master.
Yep.
And then I did it in front of somebody.
Oh, then nah, bro. Yeah. You toxic at that point.
Listen, I was so good, I thought I was untouchable. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was untouchable, man. I was too good at it. I used to show up to work late on a regular basis. Everybody in their little meeting, I used to walk past the meeting, jump on the lift. I don't care about y'all meeting. I was outrageous in there because I was that good. Ooh. I was disrespectful. I wouldn't have hired me. I was trying to get promoted. I wouldn't promoted me. Looking back. Because
you would end up teaching everybody else that.
Right.
Can't do it like that.
Look, I can admit, I know looking back, but I was a horrible employee, a great producer, horrible employee.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for a manager that only cared about production, that's my guy.
Yeah.
But for a person who's trying to run a facility and wanted everybody doing a certain thing a certain way, I was trash. Trash bags, man. I wouldn't have hired me.
Because see, you can get 2 or 3 other dudes who, work less, but they don't harass you none.
Right.
That's how they thinking.
Right. Well, first off, the things I was doing to get the numbers was not teachable. That's the biggest problem. Either you could do it or you can't. These weren't teachable skills. Everybody just didn't have the ability to unload
I know
the
what
truck.
you're talking about, man.
Yeah. Everybody had the ability to be on the lift, unloading the truck, and count it at the same time. Everybody couldn't do that. I knew the stuff so well, I could count the truck while I was on it, get off, run the inventory, because I already counted it while I was unloading it, and walk away to the next truck. I would unload them and inventory them at the same time.
Yeah.
That's not teachable.
Mm-hmm. That's experience.
That's experience. Either you can do it or you can't. So that's why he had to get me up out of there, because I was talking trash and I was doing. If I could have taught what I was doing, it probably would have been a problem. And I refused to teach it. As a matter of fact, you don't pay me for that. You don't pay me for that.
Well, I mean, that's what this chapter talking about.
Yeah,
keeping some stuff to yourself.
Well, it wasn't about trying to keep it to myself. It was just, you didn't pay me for that. You want me to teach people how to do this? Pay me, promote me, and I teach other people how to do this.
You know, this remind me of something I used to hear my son say all the time. He used to be gaming with his friends online, and he was like, "Yeah, Dad, I don't want to be a try hard. I don't want to be a try hard. You know, playing a game."
Yeah.
And because the people seeing that you trying too hard, then they start looking at you like, "Oh, he really trying." But what this is saying here is make it look like you're not trying hard, like this light work. You know, man, let's do this. Let's go. You know, it's nothing. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a mental thing too.
I think the lesson in this, if you listen to the different stories, is the prep.
Yeah.
How you prepare. It's just like the phrase, perfect practice, you know.
Yes.
Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. And it's the same thing in this chapter is the 90% that people don't see. What them boys say, she wasn't with me shooting in the gym. All of that that nobody sees. They just see game day.
That's it. You know what?
Yeah.
I thought about when you said that. Now I highlighted this part too. It talking about Harry Houdini.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the perfect story. That's the story that locked it in for me.
Yeah.
So if y'all don't know Harry Houdini, you know, world-renowned escape artist. Right. And one of his rivals thought he figured out how Harry Houdini do his stuff. So he tried to embarrass and call him out on it. You know, Harry, I know how you do it. Matter of fact, I can do it better than you. Put the cuffs on him, went up in the box, and he couldn't get out. He thought it was the same thing, but in actuality, it was the hard thing that he was actually doing. Houdini was practicing how to put the keys and the tools in his throat and able to throw them back up and unlock the door and get out. Nobody would have never thought of that. That's like Occam's, what they call Occam's razor.
Yep.
Occam's razor. The simplest solution is the solution.
Right. Listen, your boy Houdini was off the chain. When they talk about all the effort and energy and the work he put in, again, it was in the prep. When it came time to do the show was easy because he had worked so hard before the show. Yeah. He had worked so hard up until that point. And I think that's, like you say, people want ego, like you say, gets in the way because people want everyone to know how hard they worked up to that point. When in truth, nobody cares.
No, not really. They don't. And you know what? I learned that. Y'all know I edit a lot of video. So when you edit video, the number one thing in the video is the audio.
Right.
You got to get the audio right. And it take a lot of tweaking, it's a whole bunch of work if you don't know what's up. Even the color grading, trying to get the color right, trying to get the editing right, especially if you put music to it and the edit it where it hit on the beat, man, that ain't easy. And I would try to explain that to people. And you know why they didn't care? Because they didn't understand it.
Right.
They wanted to care.
Right.
But it don't make sense. So when you're a master at your trade, the details don't make sense to the lay person. That's why they don't care. Not that they don't dislike it. They just don't get it. They don't understand it.
Which is why I say, don't worry about explaining it to them. Just look them in the face and say, cut the check.
Just do it.
Cut the check. I will have this delivered to you in high fashion and on time. Cut me my check. Don't worry about how I get done. I'm not going to bother explaining it to you. Matter of fact, I'm going to make it look easy.
Especially if you get fast.
Long as I can cash your check easy. That's all I care about. Go ahead and make that direct deposit, please, sir. Ma'am.
That's it. Put it in the bank.
Put it in the bank. Make that part easy. I'm making it easy for you as possible. I got Zelle, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. I don't care what do you use. I got it. It all go to the same account.
Hey, yep, cash. Send me a check in the mailbox.
Always cash, debit. I got my Square. I can put it on the Square if you need me to.
Hey, any of that.
I make it easy for you. Just cut the check.
But you know. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, man. Because I'm coming to something further down. But go ahead.
No, go ahead to the next thing. I was about to talk about my boy anyway. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I'm before that, so I'm gonna tell about this, then you can go on there. But the keys to power, man. This is the thing right here that made a lot of stuff make sense. Hold on, let me throw it up here. All right, it made so much sense that I highlighted the whole paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see, a little bit bigger.
No, that's too big.
Oh, it's gonna be all right, because look, bam, that's all I want right there.
There it is.
But look, through science and technology, we have recreated the speed and sublime power of nature, but something is missing. Our machines are noisy and jerky, and they reveal their effort. Even the very best creations of technology cannot root out our admiration for things that move easily and effortlessly. Then look at this last part. The power of the children to bend us to their will comes from a kind of seductive charm that we feel in the presence of a creature less reflective and more graceful than we are. Man, look, that whole thing right there, that took me on a trip that I wasn't ready for.
Hey, it's deep now. When you think about the power and grace of like an eagle, and it looks so effortless. They just glide, just floating along. Meanwhile, humans need, a whole jet engine.
Yeah. But
what was the cartoon? It was a cartoon like anime almost. Where the dude was saying to his son, they were like superheroes or whatever. I forget the name. I can't remember the name of the show. And he goes, "Look what they need just to duplicate a portion of our power."
Invincible.
Yeah, that's it. Invincible.
It's invincible. Omni-Man.
Yeah, Omni-Man. That exactly. And he was telling his son, "Look what they need just to mimic a portion of our power."
It's what we do.
Yep.
But I got out of that, man. Like, we try our best to imitate nature. We try our best to imitate what God has created.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting from that. It's like if you look at it, we are poor facsimiles of the real thing.
Yeah.
Because no matter how you cut it, a car has horsepower, but it's not as effortless as a horse.
Nope.
You got to stick a key in it and start it up. For us to go underwater, you got to have doggone scuba diving gear.
Yep.
The fish just jump in there and go. Or even that, look at a seal.
Yep.
Seal breathe air just like us.
Yep.
But they ain't got to put on a wetsuit.
Nope, he jumped right in. As a matter of fact, the wetsuit is a facsimile of the seal's skin.
Yes. See, that's what I'm saying. And I mean, even here, this last part, the power of children to bend us to their will. Children, we think of children as inferior, but it's something that a baby can break down the maddest, toughest person.
Oh yeah.
Easily. They'll have somebody up there playing tea and everything else. Act like they're eating people's fingers and all that. Because kids
have a grown man with makeup on his face and having a tea party with his daughter.
Yeah.
She's 3 years old. You over here having a tea party.
You doing it.
Think you a tough guy.
And what you would take.
I tell people all the time, my daughters be just punking me out. They don't all the time. They just roll up. Let me get that, daddy. Give me that.
But ain't nobody gonna question it because they know they do the same thing.
Yep.
So I guess we have to strive to make our stuff seem natural, that we built for that. Well, you know what though? As I'm working through this thing, everybody has their own purpose and everybody has their gifts. The more you are in your purpose, the effortless your actions seem.
Mm-hmm.
When you're trying to be something you're not, you might kind of get it done, but it ain't right. Remember back when, I guess this was in the late 90s,
Mm-hmm.
NBA All-Star game. I gotta remember which year. They had a dunk contest, right?
Okay.
But you know who was in the dunk contest?
Who?
Lawrence Taylor, Deion Sanders.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. They had NFL players doing it.
So they are athletes,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not basketball players. They can dunk a ball, but it's something about it just don't look right. So
they're not professionals.
So you got to be walking in your. So that's, to me, that's it. Spend your time trying to find your purpose and walk in that.
Yep.
When you walking in that purpose.
And to say all of that, there's nothing wrong with trying, new things and different things also. But as far as this law is concerned, this law right here, it takes a level of preparation, effort. It's hard work, making it look like you ain't worked that hard.
Yeah. You know what? That's it right there. It's hard work, making it look like you ain't worked that hard. That's the focus.
I think I was watching a program once, a reality TV show. I don't even remember what the name of it was. But anyway, the guy was talking. He was like, listen, this is LA. People spend a whole lot of time making it look like they woke up like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to they done up, but they trying to look so done up that they had to work hard to get that done up.
Yeah, they put on makeup to make it look like they don't have on makeup.
Right. He said, don't let this fool you. It's a lot of people out here that spend a lot of time and energy, work very hard to make this look easy.
Uh-huh.
It's not easy. Don't fool yourself. But make it look easy.
Yeah. But you know what, though? But I think, again, about the focus. The focus is not all the steps you took to get there. The focus is the end result.
Right.
Somebody who work out. Cali Muscle make it look easy.
Make it look easy.
But all them days he had to eat tuna, like what C.T. Fletcher said. C.T. Fletcher, they come up with all kinds of stuff. But I'm telling you, I ain't eating nothing but that tastes good. All I'm trying to do is
get big.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And almost anything that people, and it talks about this in this chapter, almost anything people are at or in marvel of, it's just them. They're not there for 95% of what it took to make that happen. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching practice, but we all love to see the big throw and in the clutch of the game, or the big shot get made in the clutch of the game. And what's so sad and marvelous about it at the same time is it's a lot of guys that work extremely hard that's not playing tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only 2 teams playing tonight.
Uh-huh.
So you can work that hard to make it look however you want to make it look and still not be at the pinnacle of whatever it is you do. Them boys are paid and they got their money and all of that, but you can work that hard and still not be at the pinnacle of what you do.
So let me ask you this, man. Let's try to dig into this a little bit more.
All right.
And I haven't really thought this out, but how would this apply to regular life outside of just work? Because it's easy to say, okay, when you go to work, but
I think as a parent, this is one of the things that can apply, because you see some parents that's yelling and screaming and their kids are just running all over the place.
Right.
And then you see other parents who just kind of laid back and their kids in line.
Yeah.
At least in public. You don't know at the house
You know I'm laughing because you know you just said it too. Hey, they can act up all they want to at home, but when we go outside,
you better act right. Or you don't know how many of them whoopings have been handed out at home. You don't know how much yelling and screaming and get in line and that parent did at home. But in doing all that, they train the children. When we out here in these streets, you better act right.
But think about it. Even the speech that a lot of kids get before you walk in the store.
Exactly. Don't ask for nothing and don't touch nothing.
Nothing.
Because you ain't getting nothing. That's in your regular life. That's what, and parent and other people will marvel.
Yeah.
What's one of the ones I get all the time is, they're so well mannered.
Mm-hmm.
They say please and thank you. My kids don't always say please and thank you at the house. You got to remind them at home. You get them out there in the street, they just hey, thank you, please. Like, hold on. Where these kids come from? But it's just.
But that made me think of. I had a conversation with my wife day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, because I always told my kids, school is easy.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get through their heads that it's easy, that all you have to do is go to school and do the work.
Right.
That's it.
You at least get C.
You'll pass.
You're going to at least get to C.
School was easy. But she said, yeah, I agree with that for the most part. But even me, because my wife terrible with math, college algebra, any of that stuff, she ain't got it.
Right.
She said, now all those hours I would put in, everything I would do to just pass the test with a 70. And I thought about that when you just were talking. Because nobody knows all the different ways she used to take notes, how she used to have to do the same problem over and over and over and over.
Right.
And all they see is just, I did the test and passed it.
Right.
And I mean, I guess it's similar to what I tell my kids, just you're going to have to work.
Yeah.
But sometimes your work is going to be less than what the next person's is.
And sometimes it's going to be more.
To get the same results.
Yeah. School, that's a big one, because you can have two kids sitting right next to each other, and one kid is slaving away trying to make a C, and another child just shows up and gets an A or a B.
Get an A. That's it. Go right on through it. But
speaking of that, I believe what you believe, though. School is easy. If you show up every day, do your homework, do your classwork, do your tests, you will stumble and fumble into a C.
That's right. Because guess what? Everybody else ain't doing it.
Everybody else ain't doing it.
Off.
So I tell my kids, C's are F's.
That
C is an F. Because you ain't have to do nothing to get it.
Mm-hmm.
A B is a passing grade, and an A is what you're supposed to have. That's how I look at it.
Hey, we did the same thing. We did the exact same thing.
If you get in my opinion, if you get a D or F, you just wasn't trying. You didn't try at all. You get an F, you just say you almost got to try to get an F.
Yeah. Oh, believe me. Yeah.
That's back to what you said earlier. It takes more effort to get an F than it takes to get a C.
Man, there is a book. It's a young adult book, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's about this girl who was in the gifted program. She was a genius. I mean, she was so smart, but she didn't want people to know she was smart.
Mm-hmm.
So she would take tests and intentionally get a certain number of them wrong, so she'll make a 70. So you know how hard it is not to pass a test to make exactly a 70, and also to miss certain questions so they won't suspect that what you're doing. There's people that do a lot of
planning. Right? She had to do a lot of planning to get a 70.
Yeah.
Took a lot of prep work to get a C.
But man, but look at this though. Even on a deeper level, man, this as a man, I think this comes into play too. Because some people, let's say people with vices,
okay,
things that they cannot ignore, all right, when some people smoke weed, they're like, man, they smell it and it's like they turn into Monterey Jack from Rescue Rangers, Ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. You know what I'm saying? But they can't.
Well, that boy went back to Rescue Rangers. They got a new one. They got a new version of that out now.
I know I'm probably gonna watch it.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch that. I gotta watch that Obi-Wan Kenobi too.
Oh man, yeah, I know. Watch it with the kids, man. But all right, but what I'm getting to is this though. When they smell it, they can't tell themselves no.
Yeah.
They can't. But then they see people who don't do it. And they say, man, I ain't got it like you. That you got it easy, man. It ain't got a hold on you. But little do they know, the man who had to tell himself no, take a lot of self-control, a lot of reflection, a lot of looking into, man, I can't do this because.
Right.
So you can bring this into your everyday life, making stuff look easy. I mean, we do it every day, going to work so much, man. Doing all that, we make it look easy.
I'll tell you another place where this applies. Your relationship.
Yeah. You're right.
It's some people you look at. You look at some people's relationship and be like, man, they just getting along and they just together and it look easy. Look, they just the happy couple. You don't know what's going on in that house.
Man, look, them jokers secretly hate each other. They hate each other, but they love one another. So I mean, that's what it is.
We all see couples and be like, oh man, that's black love. Yeah. So they walk to that door closed. You turn the black wall when that door closed.
Man, look, for me, man, this, we going on 20 years, man. Next year will be 20 years.
And listen, as a man who's been married, I know it ain't been 20 years of bliss. Overall, it may have been blissful, but I know it ain't just been 20 years just straight bliss. There's been some bumps in the road in there.
Exactly. And see, you make it look effortless.
Yeah.
But you have all the same thoughts, the same thing as everybody else.
But again, that goes back to prep. You made a decision up front. You said, this is my wife, and now this is what I'm doing. And that takes a lot of grit and determination in this world, in this society, for a man or woman to decide this is who I'm with, and that's all I'm doing. And really do the things to make it work.
That's true.
But to the outside world, it may seem effortless.
It's easy.
Y'all hitting 20 years and look like y'all just rolling right along smooth. If you didn't tell anybody, nobody know your wife having the issues she having with the surgery and all of that stuff. You let folks know. But if you didn't tell anybody, we wouldn't know, because I'm sure y'all gonna end up on vacation at some point this summer.
Man, no, vacation gonna be right back to them doctors again. but yeah, man. But you're right, man. And I mean, like I said, you do make stuff look effortless, and you try not to brag so much. You know what I mean? Like this what we doing. This how we do it.
Well, we live in a brag society right now, though.
That's true.
When you look at Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But again, a lot of people only post the success.
Yeah.
They only posting the Lamborghini. They only posting the mansion. They only posting the private jet trip, even though they might not really be on the private jet that's going nowhere. We ain't gonna talk about that.
They being somebody else. They go out to the airport. You know, the folks be posing in front of other people's cars.
Exactly. So, but it's still go to the same thing. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. But look how much love and attention and publicity and all that they get from making it look effortless.
That's true.
It's people who didn't have nothing who have become Instagram influencers, and now they are making money from faking it. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, that's it. They make it. And I mean, you know what? And honestly, I tell you this, man, even what we doing right here, some people might think it's easy.
Yeah.
They might think that y'all got it going on, man, that, but it's a lot of stuff, man, that go on behind the scenes. I mean, even aside from the technical stuff, just reading.
Well, not even that. Everybody it looked easy to stand up to be in front up here in front of the screen until that camera turned on.
Yeah.
Until that camera turned on, and you know you about to sit up here for an hour to 2 hours and keep conversation going and actually have something worth talking about.
Yeah.
It's different. Because I try to do it by myself. It ain't the same when you're by yourself when you got somebody with you. You know, it's different. That's
true.
Yeah. Every step of the way, everything you do, it makes a difference, man. An hour, a long time.
Man, look, bruh.
you don't have the right content together. You haven't organized your content properly.
What?
And you haven't studied your content. Well, an hour is a long time.
Exactly.
Now,
and that's
we got the luxury
man.
of this happens to be doing a book that we both really enjoy.
Yeah.
So it makes it easy to talk about something that you enjoy talking about.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in this chapter, once again, my man.
Go ahead, man.
My boy, Tally Roan. Back on the scene, he started a book. My boy Tally Roan is the star of the book, man.
Hey, y'all stay tuned from the Tale of Tally Roan by J. Sims the Lion. Book coming soon.
Coming soon, man. We got to do it. Listen, I found 2 books about him today, man. I'm gonna order one on today, the biography of Tally Roan. I said I got to read them. I got to read them with my boy.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about.
After I was listening to the chapter, I said, I got to find me a book on my boy, man. I'm gonna go and spend a little $17 and get the book hardcover. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't buy books with white people on the cover. I don't. Generally, I feel like it's enough struggling black authors where I should only be buying books.
Bruh, baby, you had to get that one though.
I got to get it. That's my man.
We'd have been talking about him.
Man. Look,
what's funny? We've been talking about this dude since January, man. This is June for 6 months.
Well, I just had some other books I wanted to get out the way. That was already. I had this 48 Laws. I done hit Will book since then. I done a Superior Man and all of that. So I had a few other books. I had the one about the Haitian Revolution that I read was a great book. I had a few other books that I had already queued up in my Audible. I had to get through.
Yeah.
I finally done cleared my queue and was getting ready to get some more books to add in. And I was like, I gotta get a book on my boy Tally Roan. But there's nothing in Audible on him. I gotta buy the book.
Gotta get a real book.
Yeah, I gotta get the real book. It wasn't nothing I could get on Audible. I was kind of mad about that. You know, I got that hour drive. You know, it's just too.
Yeah, man.
It's just easy that Audible play on that hour.
But see, that's another thing too. So I mean, look at that. People could think that we come on here and we talk about these books and we know all this stuff, but little do they know what you yourself trade in to be able to discuss this.
Right.
In traffic, your in between time is listening to this. You ain't listening to the versus battle with 8 Ball and MJG and UGK. You ain't listening to none of that. You listening to 48 Laws.
Right.
You know, all your time into that getting better.
I use my in between ride time for books. That's what it's for. Trying to make myself better. You're right. I got plenty of stuff. I could be on there listening to the Defiant Digital. A little thing I watched the other day was real funny. It was Cancel Court. Cancel Court is hilarious. If you get a chance, Defiant Digital Cancel Court, laugh for 45 minutes. But that's if you just need a laugh. I could do that. But my ride time, that's what it's for. My Audible, it's for my Audible. I've made it through several books. By Audible, I've read more books in the last year and a half than I had probably read in the previous 20.
Look, I'm gonna tell you how deep I was into this audiobook stuff because my other phone had memory card, 256 gigabytes. Yeah, about 200 of that was audiobooks, and I listened to every single one of them. Every single one.
And, okay, watch this. So a person's gonna think you're extremely well read because you are, but you did it effortlessly because you let the Audible do the reading for you.
See, that's the thing about it.
So now you done read, 200 gigabytes of books.
Yeah.
But you made it look effortless.
How many years? But so that's it. That's it. Work smart, not hard. I mean, there's so many lessons in this thing, man.
Yeah.
It's so many lessons. Make the what is this sprezzatura, the capacity to make the difficult look easy.
Yeah. The vocabulary in this book is awesome.
Yeah, those some old words.
Yeah.
Those some old words.
Yeah. The vocabulary in this book is quite awesome. And some of the things they talk about, like they open this chapter about the Chinese man, the Chinese man and the tea. All of that stuff is cool.
And it took me a minute on that part to fully get the picture of it. Like I read it and it made sense, but it didn't make sense.
Okay.
Until I'm like, okay, I kind of see, because in the story, I get the first one, he had a tea party and he had this fancy looking gate.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude put the gate up there to make himself look fancy, not because he just had it.
Right.
And that was the error. You know what? People do that with clothes.
Oh, yeah, be trying too hard.
Clothes and stuff that they get, they buy stuff. No, but all right, look where I'm going with it. So, I mean, like, all right, for the longest, people would come out and say they have some shoes that I never heard of before. Balenciagos or something. And that's like a car or something. But anyway, I mean, I don't know what that is. I just don't know. But so they would buy these shoes and wear them just for the fact to say, I have these shoes.
Right.
Versus the people who have all the money, they have those shoes because that's just the shoes that they buy.
Right.
There's a difference in trying to look fancy and just being that.
And be broke as hell. You done broke your bank. You done save money to buy some shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You save money to buy some shoes, and that's go back to what he said. Oh, you revealed yourself.
Yeah,
because you done spent all these money on these shoes, and you hanging with folks that got it, and then when the folks that got it want to do some things that folks that got it do, you can't never do it.
Exactly. You just do what you do. And see, and I saw this when we was in California, man. We went down Rodeo Drive.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the video somewhere, but my wife, we were just cutting up. But you would go down Rodeo Drive, and it's like a strip that's probably like a quarter mile long. That's it. And it's like almost in the middle of the neighborhood almost. So it's crazy. But when you ride down the street, there's people lined up to go in these stores. And I look, and what I see is this. I saw a bunch of people lined up in front of the Polo store, the Yves, something Saint Laurent. I don't know what it is, but the one Laurent. The YV dude.
Yeah, Saint
Laurent. You can tell I don't be knowing stuff, but they lined up outside the door, and they wearing clothes with the dude name all on it. Big stuff to show I'm buying this. But then we look on the other side of the road, and there was this dude. I know he lived down the street because Beverly Hills is like. That's a quarter mile in Beverly Hills right on the other side. I can tell he lived down the street because that joker had a 7 Series I ain't never saw before. And he's sitting there and the windows was blue. I'm talking about blue like it had some kind of special tint on the window, but they look clear. So what I'm getting to is that the difference between the two people, he wasn't even trying. He just was there. That was his home.
Right.
And that's what kind of car he drive versus the people lined up in front of the store. They got to put the clothes with the names and stuff on it, let everybody know what kind of stuff they wearing.
I'm gonna tell you the difference between the guy that was driving up and the people waiting outside the store. Even if he wanted to go into those same stores, he wouldn't have been waiting in line.
No,
he just would have walked in.
That's right. He would have said, "You know what? I'll just come back tomorrow."
Oh, no, those stores call him when they come in before that stuff make it to the rack.
That's true. That's
the
true.
store he shop at all the time. Hey man, your shirt's here.
Yeah.
We have it bagged up for you when you get in.
So what you get into, man, is that you shouldn't have to try. We shouldn't have to do stuff to put ourselves out there to say, like wearing our wealth on our sleeves.
Right.
I guess that's the thing we could compare it to.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing because, when you have to be all flashy, it's like you trying to show off that I've done all of this.
Yeah.
And what's weird is you look at people, for example, Jay-Z, the richer he's gotten, the less flashier he is.
That's right. Man, you know Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett still live in the same house that he bought in the 70s. In the same neighborhood.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And I'm gonna tell you no lie, man. If I had it like that, I don't need nothing big like that. My satisfaction come from freedom.
Exactly.
Do what I want to do.
I want to travel more than I want to live in a big fancy house.
Doing what I want to do. That's why I'm still a teacher, because I can be retired every summer and do what I want to do.
Exactly. There ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just like what we talked about before, defining success.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about how you define success.
You know what? I keep going back to this because I just looked over here and I have it on the part with Talleyrand, making the hard stuff look easy.
Yeah. Godlike. They say Talleyrand was looking godlike. How he knew it was coming.
So
looking like an oracle out here.
Yeah, and you know what? I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. Teachers do that at school. I know I do it.
Yeah.
I think I tell y'all about the little girl who was filming TikTok videos in the bathroom.
Yeah. You told us.
You see, same thing. She didn't know how I knew her stuff.
Yeah.
But somebody else told me. I ain't told her that, but somebody else told me. So
that's
I mean,
use them little birdies, man, get that information and make yourself look like it damn near magical.
But this is what I was gonna say though. With making yourself appear to be effortless, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to be careful not to overreach our station. Now, remember, I can't remember which law it was, but we talked about it shows us how to maneuver in certain social circles. Remember that?
Right. Yeah.
And, so you don't have to fake. And I guess this kind of the same thing. When you reach too far
play the perfect
above,
courtier?
Yes. And when you're reaching too far above trying to be something else, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. And that's the same thing all the people did. So you got to know where your level is, play within that so you can ease up in this natural.
Right. I agree with that. That's one way. Like almost all of these laws have, which is why he does the reversal and all that stuff. You have to. No, we live. How you miss something? We live right now.
But yeah, we talked about law 30. We was off last week. My daughter graduated. Wife had surgery, all that. Then the previous week we had stuff going on, but we are back. But that's the quick review, man. Law 30, just making stuff look effortless. I know you do it all the time. Ain't no way a master welder, he do that. Like it just, he turn out something, the bees be right, everything be laid down, but they don't know how many hundreds of hours he put into doing it and trying to get it.
And that's what it's all about. And it's like you said, you really have to make a decision on or really a check on your ego.
Yeah.
For you to do this effectively, you really got to kind of check your ego at the door and say to yourself, okay, I know I'm about to put in all this effort, and a lot of folks may never see it or appreciate it. But that's for me.
Yeah. I'm thinking about a time when I actually did this right, but then I told. So I guess I did it wrong. But I had one of our mutual friends had hit me up one day, and she said, Doc, how I want to do this the way that you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, that's no problem. I just, use Photoshop. That's what I use. Okay, where I get Photoshop at? I'm like, no, you can't do that. Because it took me 7 years to learn Photoshop. One summer, I worked on Photoshop from May until August, every day for hours, learning how to do it. So that was one of those things where it looked easy, like it was just something that this person could just do. I'm like, you can't do that. And I'm quite sure, this person got things that they make look easy that I can't do.
Well, again, this goes back to you're not paying me for whatever I'm doing for you right now. You're paying me for all the hours I've put in to get good at it.
Yeah, that's it. That's because it.
You don't care about the hours I put in to get good at it. And I don't need you to care. You care about whatever it is you asking me to do. And if I can do it well. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do it well. And I want you to think it was easy. And I want you to come back.
This was one of those Harry Houdini situations where they thought they could duplicate
what you did.
Yeah, for their own thing.
Good luck.
Eventually, they found a way. You know, either you pay somebody else to do it, or you take the time to learn for yourself.
That's your only two options with anything in the world. Either you pay somebody, or you take the time to do it right. I've had some things where I made the choice to do it myself and wish I had paid somebody. And I have things where I paid somebody where I was like, you know what, I could have did that my damn self.
I ain't gonna lie, that always comes to my mind. Like, I will try to figure stuff out before I pay somebody to do something. I'm trying to stop though. But
it all depends on, again, for me, it's all about time versus cost. If it's gonna take me, I might know how to do it, but it might take me a day and a half. Where if I pay a professional, it might take him a day, or it might take him a couple of hours to do something. I might spend all my whole week. I'm gonna lose my whole weekend when I could have paid somebody $200.
But see, then
I look at how much I make. I look at how much I make on salary. I know how much my time is worth. I'm not losing my whole weekend for $200.
Look, you know the way I view it. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. I'm getting around to that place, but I look at it like this: like, yeah, I'm gonna take a couple hours this time. But when it happened again, it's gonna be fast. I'm gonna have mastered it by then. And then on top of that, people gonna pay me to do it for them. I'm serious. That's where I'm at.
And that's a good approach too. That's a solid approach because that's an invest in yourself approach. And that's always a good advice. That's always a good thing to do, to invest in yourself. Listen, my uncle called me, had me come out there and put his fire pit together. We had to level the ground. We had to put all the blocks, a whole bunch of stuff.
I'm about to do that.
Do a fire pit.
Yeah, man. My wife had bought a little metal thing, so I'm gonna put one in the backyard.
There you go. Listen, I understand why people charge what they charge to do it. That was not an easy task. It was me and my cousin, and we worked. We worked. I almost wanted to turn around and charge my uncle, but he done so much for me, I couldn't.
Hey, see that? just like my homeboy, same thing.
I couldn't turn around and charge. He done too much for me, and still do what I look like. But I was like, but that's a skill. Somebody else asked me, I'm charging the hell out of it because I know what it takes to get it done. And that's another thing. When you do it yourself, you know what it realistically takes. You know, sometimes you're not paying for a person's skill. Sometimes you're paying for a person's tools. Like you might need to get something done on your car. You might be able to do it, but are you gonna go spend $500 for that tool?
Yeah, exactly.
Again, that's their effort. They put in the effort you didn't. They made an investment that you didn't.
But I was looking at this thing like toward the end of the chapter, right?
Okay.
And when it talk about the reversals.
Yeah, let's do the reversal.
P.T. Barnum. Barnum and Bailey, Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Right.
And this says there are times when revealing the inner workings of your projects can prove worthwhile. It depends on your audience taste and on the times in which you operate.
Okay.
And said P.T. Barnum recognized that his public wanted to feel involved in his shows and that understanding his tricks delighted them. You know who do that?
Who does that?
Sam's Club.
Good point. I did not think about that.
You know what I'm saying? You see all the stuff in the background. When your audience, when the people want to know that and it's going to impress them and make it seem more, yeah. It's kind of like if I was to let somebody edit video for me and then they say, yeah, I had to do this, this, and this, and this. Well, I understand what all that stuff is. It's going to make me give them a bigger tip because I know what they did.
Right.
Sam's Club get us every time because we feel like we getting something we seeing behind the curtain.
You do kind of, you feel like you at the warehouse.
Uh-huh. Oh, you don't like to go up in there then. You got to go to work when you ain't at work. You see them boys driving that forklift like y'all ain't even driving the reach trucks right. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. How take 4 of y'all to drive this truck?
I do say that sometimes when I'm in there. Like, why is all these people over here just to get this one thing? And y'all slow as hell.
Man, go in there and pick up 2 of them pallets, man. But it's on the second shelf. Man, just get up under the thing and pick up the 2 at the same time. Bring them down.
Bring them down. What you doing? You killing it. You're not using the lift right. The lift mad at you right now because you're not effective.
Oh, man. So here's the other part. Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Hit it.
Oh, man. This thing be hitting me so hard every time. As long as the partial disclosure of tricks and techniques is carefully planned. Hold on.
I saw it. I knew you.
These niggas just dummies around. Hey, you know it'd be bad. It was a time, I ain't gonna lie, I was at Sam's and the dude had to get down some stuff. I'd be like, man, you want me to get that for you?
I've done it.
Man, let me get that down for you, man. Hold on.
You watching them, you just like, are you still working on this? Can I get down the aisle and get my tissue real fast? Y'all got the aisle blocked. I don't care to lift in the air. No. I know what it's gonna do. Can I walk over here and get my tissue?
I'm talking about get off the lift.
Yeah, I know.
The lift. Let me get that lift. Man, let me get that thing. Hold on. Let's go.
Taking too long. I get my own tissue, brother. You taking too long.
But okay, what I was gonna say, as long as the partial disclosure tricks and techniques is carefully planned rather than the result of an uncontrollable need to blab, it is the ultimate in cleverness. It gives the audience the illusion of being superior and involved, even while much of what you do remain concealed from them.
Yeah. Now I've used that. You show people just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just enough to make them feel, like you say, involved. That's a good trick. The reversal is so important in a lot of these.
Man, exactly. Like you can tell them, but the main thing is control. Control. Do stuff on purpose. Don't just be doing it and just running your mouth, man. And that's what they're doing. It's crazy. That's crazy, man. So, but yeah, man, that's the end right there, bro. That is it.
So, I'm gonna say this to everybody out there. Go read the chapter and take this in.
Telling you.
And just understand. Actually, read the whole book and take it in. And you're not going to use everything in this book. Mm-hmm. But the things you can use and apply to your life, take the time to do it, man. It's going to show you, it's going to reveal to you some of the things you've done and done wrong, some of the things you've done and done right, and things you can improve on in yourself. And also going to give you an eye to look out what people are doing to you. And this one right here, look at some of the people around you and see who's doing this.
What they used to call it, flogging. They flogging for real.
Look at some people around you, man. Look, there's somebody around you right now that you think ain't, just smooth as hell, but behind closed doors, getting to it.
Yep, they living in the mansion, but sitting on lawn chairs in the living room. See what I'm saying? All right, man. Oh, OG say he apologized for being late, man.
Man, OG, you good, man. You
know what? You on
OG,
time.
you always on time. Exactly. It don't even really get started.
That's like Gandalf on Lord of the Ring. A wizard is on time whenever he gets there.
Whenever he gets there, you always on time. We appreciate you, OG, for joining us whenever you get in here. It's Thursday night. Your weekend is coming soon. We're going to be back on Saturday morning. And tell everybody we appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you liking, sharing, comment. Make sure you do that. 48 Laws of Power. We rolling through this book. We love you. We appreciate you. We out.
Later.